Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we are diving into an herb that is, well, it's pretty legendary, Gotu Kola. For thousands of years, people have called this the herb of longevity, a real powerhouse for both the mind and the body. So, the big question is, what happens when you take all this ancient wisdom and put it under a modern scientific microscope? That's exactly what we're tackling today. We're going to peel back the layers of folklore and see if the hard evidence actually holds up. So here's our game plan. We'll start with its traditional roots, then we'll zoom right into the tiny molecules that make it all happen. After that, we'll look at the actual mechanisms, the proof for its biggest benefits, and finally, what the future might hold for this incredible plant. Okay, let's jump right in. To really get a handle on where Gotu Kola is now, we've got to go back in time and see where it all started. Its scientific name, by the way, is Centella asiatica. For centuries, this herb was basically a rock star in Eastern medicine. In Ayurveda, it's considered a top-tier tonic for rejuvenating the mind and the entire nervous system. It was the absolute go-to for sharpening the mind, promoting a long, healthy life, and just bringing a sense of calm and well-being. So what is it about this unassuming little plant that gives it such a powerful reputation? To find out, we need to zoom in, like way, way in, all the way down to the molecular level. Well, it all comes down to these incredible compounds called triterpenoid saponins. You can think of these as the chemical workhorses of the plant. They're the bioactive engines driving pretty much all of its amazing benefits, everything from healing skin to protecting our brains. And this chart breaks down the four main players perfectly. You've got azasaicide, which is a champion for building collagen. Then there's madecassosicide, which steps in to fight inflammation. And rounding out the team are asiatic and madecassic acids, bringing powerful antioxidant and anti-aging properties. Each one has a specific job, but the real magic is how they all work together as a team. Okay, so we know what these power molecules are, but here's where it gets really cool, understanding how they actually get to work inside our bodies on a cellular level. Let's kick things off with one of Gotu Kola's most famous and well-studied effects, its incredible ability to heal and repair our skin. I love this analogy. Think of the saponins, especially asiaticide, as a construction foreman for your skin. They show up at the job site, they activate the key workers, these skin cells called fibroblasts, and they basically shout, "All right, everyone, time to make more collagen." This rebuilds the skin's entire structure, while other compounds on the team help manage inflammation, which leads to faster, stronger healing. All right, so from the skin, let's move up to the brain. This is really where the herb cemented its legendary status for promoting mental clarity and longevity. Now, this quote right here, this is a big deal. This study from 2008 was a landmark moment. See, for ages, people said it helped with memory, but it was all just stories, right? This was one of the very first times that science could point to a specific pathway and say, wait a minute, we think we found the how. It was a huge step in bridging that gap between tradition and modern science. So how does it actually pull this off? Well, the research showed that Gotu Kola extract boosts the activity of a protein called CREB. The easiest way to think about CREB is as the save button for your memories. By activating it, you help strengthen the neural pathways that are essential for turning a short-term experience into a memory you can recall years later. It's just a profound connection between an ancient plant and the very mechanics of how our minds work. Okay, so we've got the molecules and we've got the mechanisms. Now let's talk about the results. What's the actual proof? What does the evidence say about the benefits you can see and feel? All right, first up, and this won't be a surprise, is wound healing. That collagen boosting mechanism we just talked about, it translates directly into visible, measurable results. And you can really see the difference here. On one side, you have slower healing and more inflammation, but on the other, studies show that using Gotu Kola leads to significantly faster healing, way less inflammation, and stronger tissue repair, all thanks to that boost in collagen. It's just a crystal clear demonstration of these compounds in action. And of course, let's circle back to the brain, because honestly, this is why so many people are so interested in Gotu Kola today, the cognitive support and mental wellness benefits. And it's not just a one-trick pony for memory. The research points to a whole host of benefits. It helps protect our neurons from damage, it can improve our ability to learn, it fosters that feeling of mental clarity and focus, plus it acts as an adaptogen, which is just a fancy way of saying it helps your body handle stress better, which in turn supports emotional balance. This stuff is huge for everything, from staying focused during a busy day to supporting long-term brain health.
So look, the evidence is super promising, right? But the story isn't over yet, not by a long shot. The world of Gotu Kola research is always evolving, and there's still so much more to learn.
As we look to the future, there are some hurdles, but also some really exciting opportunities. A big challenge is just the natural variation in the plant itself. One batch might be more potent than another, but that creates an opportunity to create standardized extracts so you know exactly what you're getting. And while we definitely need more large-scale human studies, scientists are already playing with some futuristic ideas like hydrogels and microneedles to figure out how to help our bodies absorb these incredible compounds even better.
You know, when you step back, the story of Gotu Kola is just this beautiful intersection of ancient wisdom and modern science, with each side proving the other was right all along. It really leaves us with a fascinating question to chew on. As that bridge between worlds gets stronger, what other secrets from nature's pharmacy are just sitting there, waiting for us to rediscover them?